Hey friends, welcome to the Plaid X2 channel. My name is John, and on this channel we talk all things physical media, movies, music, and books. If you're into that kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe down below for more of that kind of content. Well friends, we are in the midst of the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale, 50% off. I'm so excited for the sale. I've got a list of about 5 for sure's and maybe 1 or 2 more additional ones that I'd like to pick up. We're gonna see. I wanna behave myself on spending, but I'm really excited about this sale. I hope you're excited about it. I hope you're able to pick up a few films for your collection as well. What I wanna do today is, I've done Criterion recommendation films before, and I've just kind of picked films that I highly enjoyed and would highly recommend. This time I wanna do it a little more methodically. What I wanna do is give you one recommendation from every decade throughout the Criterion collection, starting in the 20s. And so I'm looking forward to sharing with you what I would say maybe is my favorite film from each decade in the Criterion collection. Let me know what you think of these picks. Please let me know in the comments below some films that you'd recommend from these decades. I'm always looking to expand my collection, always looking to expand my experience of film and different kinds of film. If you know me, you know my films tend to lean towards 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So anyway, we'd love to hear some recommendations from you. But anyway, these are the films I would recommend, one from each decade in the Criterion collection. So starting in the 20s, this is an all-time favorite. This is 1921, spine number 799, and it is Charlie Chaplin and the Kid. This is a great film. If you're a little nervous, like, I can't sit down and watch a silent film for 2 hours, you don't have to. This is 53 minutes. So you don't have to worry about it. 53 minutes, there's great comedy in this film. It's really like, it pulls on the heartstrings as well. The relationship here, really great. Chaplin was just a genius, scoring films, directing films, starring in films, doing the choreography of the acting, which is, if you've seen him act before as the in this character at the Tramp, it's like almost like dancing. So the choreography of his comedy is brilliant. So I'd highly recommend this one. If you're looking to expand into silent film, The Kid would be a great place to start. Okay, so for the 1930s, we're going to 1937, spine number 505. I've talked about this film in the past, and it's Make Way for Tomorrow. This is a beautiful film. It's not a film you watch and then walk away and just go do whatever, play video games or something. It's a film you watch and then you think about it. It's going to make you think about the trajectory of your life, where your life is headed, what life could be like for you in the future. It makes you think about your grandparents, your parents as they age. It's a really powerful, beautiful film that makes you think. And you are sad in it, but it's good. It's about life, and it's about where we're all going and caring for one another and being mindful of one another and mindful of our own lives. So anyway, I highly recommend this one from the 30s. This would be my #1 pick from the 1930s in the Criterion collection. Okay, so from the 1940s, I would pick, this is from 1942, spine number 742, The Palm Beach Story. This is with Claudette Colbert and Joel McCrea. Really, really fun story, and this is Preston Sturges, written and directed. He's great. I love his stuff. It's quirky, it's funny, it's silly. I highly recommend it. If you've not gotten into his films, check out his stuff. I would highly recommend it. If you're not getting into Claudette Colbert, she's really wonderful. I love her. She's very classy, but she's very funny. And so I would highly recommend her. She's got a ton of great films. She's got a few in the collection, and but a bunch of films of hers I'd highly recommend. So good. But The Palm Beach Story, this was one I'm so glad to have in the collection. Love the artwork on this one too. So for the 1940s, this is what I'd recommend. So for the 1950s, we're going to 1953, spine number 1037, one I recently watched for the first time, gifted to me by my friend Stephanie, and I loved it, The War of the Worlds. This is so fun. It's just like, how long is this? It's 85 minutes. It's not very long. It's just I do enjoy sci-fi. I don't watch a ton of it, but I do enjoy it. The whole thing, how the entire thing unfolds, there's some really beautiful themes that happen throughout it. Is there suspense? Yeah, it's suspense. Probably not what you might be used to in a modern day film, but there is certainly suspense. There's no CGI in this one. So what you're seeing with special effects is really wild, and it's so much fun to watch. This is a film where, as I was watching it, I found myself smiling, like a huge smile on my face as I was watching it, because it was just a ton of fun. I just really enjoyed this one. So if you've never seen this one, I would highly recommend it. It is from 1953, but it's not one of your classic Plaid X2 black and white films. It is in color, and it's really, really great. Highly recommend this one. I'd choose this one. If you're picking one from the 50s, I'd go with The War of the Worlds. So from the 1960s, I'd go with 1961, spine number 945, and it is A Raisin in the Sun, Sidney Poitier. This is a powerful, powerful film. It comes in at 128 minutes. It is in black and white. But this is a film, again, it's one of those films you watch where you have to think through it. The themes that you want to walk through, they're big themes, they're not small themes. Sidney Poitier, his acting, the content of the film, the messages of the film, his embodiment of this, his facial expressions, the tone of his voice, he's someone who anything of his I watch, I'm just absolutely mesmerized by him on the screen. I've got a number of his films in my collection, but this was one gifted to me by my good friend Stephanie again, and I'm just so thankful to have this film in the collection, and it's really, really powerful. You're looking for something that's not just entertaining, you're looking for something that is like depth and meaning, and it is really rich. Raisin in the Sun is the film I recommend to you, coming in from 1961. So for the 1970s, we're going to 1972, spine number 1140, and we're going back to Sidney Poitier. This is Buck and the Preacher. This is a film I watched around Christmas time this year, and I highly recommend this. This was Sidney's directorial debut. Really, really great film. Harry Belafonte, both of them together, absolutely outstanding. Comes in at 103 minutes, 1972. It's in color. If you're looking for a Western, a great Western, and again, as I was just saying with Sidney Poitier, when you see him on screen, anything that man touched, that he did, there was depth and meaning to it. And I just find a richness in him as a human being. So any of his films that I watch, I'm just so drawn in by him as a human being, what he was doing. So with him starring in this film and directing this film, if you're looking for a film from the 70s, you enjoy Westerns, you got to go Buck and the Preacher for the 1970s. All right, so if you're a big fan of the 1980s, we're going with 1980, spine number 163, one of my all-time favorite actors, Walter Matthau in Hopscotch. This is just really fun. Well, if you know Walter Matthau, you know it's going to be fun every single time. It comes in at 105 minutes. It's in color. Really great film. I love this one. The artwork on this is brilliant. If you enjoy Walter Matthau, his facial expressions, you enjoy his comedy, everything Matthau does, I love. I have a pretty large Matthau collection in my film collection. Absolutely love this film. So thankful that Criterion put an edition to this one. So if you're looking for something from the 80s, this is 1980, so you're just getting out of the 70s on this one. I don't have a huge 80s collection, but this is one that I absolutely love. I would highly recommend this one for the 1980s from the Criterion collection. All right, so for the 90s, I love the 90s. This came out on 1990. This is spine number 1112. I'm a huge fan of these brothers, the directors, and it is Joel and Ethan Coen. This is Miller's Crossing. If you've never seen this one, highly recommend this one. How many minutes is this? 113 minutes. Really outstanding film. I very much enjoyed it. I love the Coen brothers films. This was one I had not seen, so until I saw it on the Criterion edition, had never seen the film. Absolutely loved it. The cast in this one is unbelievable. You've got Gabriel Byrne, Marisha Gay Harden, John Turturro, Albert Finney. Really, really outstanding cast. If you enjoy the style of filmmaking that the Coen brothers do, then you have to pick up this film. It's outstanding. I've got a decent Coen brothers film collection in my larger collection, but so thankful that Criterion put this one out. I really enjoy it. So if you're looking for a film from the 90s, Miller's Crossing, I'd highly recommend. Okay, so if you're looking for a film from the early 2000s, then I would highly recommend spine number 700, and that is Fantastic Mr. Fox. You got a Wes Anderson film. Animated, the stop motion animation. Really, really enjoy this one. I had so much fun with it. It's Wes Anderson, so it's always really quirky. He's got a lot of the same kind of cast that he works with. So you're going to recognize these voices, a lot of these voices, and I enjoy that. It almost feels like when you see his films, if you know what you're going to get in a lot of ways with the style and with a lot of the cast. And so it feels homey. This is a really fun film. It's one you can watch with your entire family. I enjoyed this very, very much. I was kind of on the fence. I don't watch a ton of animation, but I took a risk on this one and I loved it. I'm going to watch this many, many times. So I do recommend this one. Really great, really funny. There's not much more I can say about it. It's Wes Anderson. Check this one out. If you're looking for something from the 2000s, early 2000s, Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's a really great film. Lastly, we're going to pick a film from the 2010s, and it's from 2019, and it is spine number 1058. Came out on Netflix. Phenomenal film. Martin Scorsese, The Irishman. If you've never seen this film, check this film out. You're in for a bit of a journey. It is 209 minutes, so it's not a quick one. You're going to be there for a little while, or break it up into different pieces. Great film cast. You got De Niro, Pacino, Pesci. So you have these like just mega monsters, all-stars of film, just absolute icons. and they're all phenomenal. They're really, really great. Scorsese obviously is great. All of that is great. I'll tell you, one of the highlights of the film for me was Ray Romano in this, cast in this film. And he was just, to see him mixing with these guys in this style of film was refreshing. It was really fun for me. But the film is really, really great. If you're into Scorsese, you're into De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, this is a must-have, absolute must-have for your collection. It's great. If you're looking for a film from the 2010s in the Criterion collection, this is what I'd recommend. All right, friends, those are my recommendations for this Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale from one film from each decade, starting in the 20s, going up through until the 2010s. So friends, these are my recommendations. Let me know in the comments below. What are your recommendations? One from each decade maybe, or just in general. What are your recommendations for the sale? Maybe you notice in my collection, I've got some holes that you say I should fill with some other films. Let me know, would love to hear your recommendations. Those are mine. Friends, I hope you get to pick up some stuff in this sale that you've been looking for your collection. Again, I'm hoping to pick up 5, maybe 6, 7. We'll see how it goes in this sale. But I hope you have a great time during the sale and get to pick up some stuff for your collection. Thank you so much for checking out this video. As always, I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.